Hello, hi, welcome back. Welcome back to our second video. So I'm happy you made it this far though. Now, today I'm going to talk about what blockchain actually is, what Bitcoin is, the principles of blockchain, and what smart contracts are, what Ethereum is, Oracle, single blockchain, why we cannot use a single blockchain, Chainlink, and decentralized apps. So there's quite a lot of information in this video. Yes, so I hope you stay tuned and get your seatbelt and Charlie sit down with the backrest and enjoy the video. All right, so basically, when we say a blockchain, yes, a blockchain is a network of computers, just like the definition you learned in school for networks. A blockchain is a network of computers where some of the computers act as nodes. You get it? Yes. And the node in this case is a computer that is holding a copy of uh, transactions on the blockchain. That's a copy of transactions that has occurred on the blockchains. A copy of full transactions that has also occurred on the blockchains. And or it's also mining uh, mining by verifying these transactions. Yes. So a miner only mines by verifying the transaction. You get it? So when someone says, Charlie, I'm mining Bitcoin, the person is just verifying transactions that has occurred on the Bitcoin network. And in return, the person is awarded for uh, successfully verifying the transactions. So now you know what a blockchain is. Blockchain is just a network of computers where some of the computers act as nodes. Now, what is Bitcoin? And how are these two? Are they related? Are they not related? Who is who? Who is boss? Who is you get it? So now Bitcoin is basically a digital currency. The way in Ghana we have Ghana cities and the country is Ghana. Using Bitcoin, the name of Bitcoin, the name of the network, and the name of the currency is just the same thing. Bitcoin also spend the name of their currency is Bitcoin. So another network like Bitcoin is Ethereum. The name of the network is Ethereum, and then the currency spent there is Ether. So just like Ghana, we have the country name to be Ghana, and then our currency to be Ghana cedis. That's the same way with Ethereum. The name of the network is called Ethereum, and then the digital currency spent on the network is called Ether. Now, what is this blockchain? What's the difference between this Bitcoin and the blockchain? Well, the blockchain allows the Bitcoin to run on it. So, blockchain allows you to send Bitcoin from one person to another or from one point to another. What blockchain allows you to do. And Bitcoin is just like the digital currency you can spend on the blockchain, on the network. So the digital currency is what Bitcoin basically is. So in this case, when you pick Ethereum is a currency. If you want to know what Ethereum is just a decentralized blockchain. It's a decentralized blockchain platform that establishes a peer-to-peer network which executes and verifies smart contracts. What have I said? Plenty like that. First of all, when we talk about Ethereum is just a network. It's a network of computers. We know what a network is. So I don't yeah, Ethereum is a network of computers. And the key word there, decentralized. What does it mean that something is decentralized? You see, some networks have a server where everyone access everything from the server. No, that's not how blockchain functions. That's not how Ethereum functions. With Ethereum, there's no server. Everything is stored on the nodes of the network. So if there are 56,000 nodes on the network, the whatever you put on the Ethereum network, it will be stored on these 56 nodes. So there's no one place where what you put on the network will be stored at. That is what we mean by it's decentralized. Now it establishes a peer-to-peer network, that is basically what the network is. It is every computer is connected to itself. They can access every node and get everything they want from each other. What I have what I want to access, you can also access the same thing. And the function of Ethereum is just to execute and verify smart contracts. So smart contracts run on Ethereum. You get it. So now the question I know some of you are asking yourself right now is basically what is smart contracts. Smart contracts, you see, it's a program that is stored on a blockchain and it automatically runs when established conditions are met. When established conditions are met. So, smart contracts is a program. It is an executable program. It's like code. So I have promised, let's say I promised to buy you a Prado. I like Prados. I think they're beautiful cars. I promised to buy you a Prado. So I was like, hey, I promised to buy you a Prado. I'll buy you a Prado. You see. Now, for what do you have to do in order to like take the Prado from me? You go and call someone who you know has authority over me. That the person should come and be like the person should listen to what I'm saying, but I'm promising you I'll buy you a Prado. And because I respect the person, I cannot decide not to buy you the Prado because in the person's presence, I said I'll buy you a Prado. And I was serious about it. And the person was like, hey, I'll make sure he buys you the Prado. So, you see, I cannot lie to you. Yes. That's the same way smart contracts are these promises. But in this case, we do not need a third party. We do not need that big man to come there. I don't know if you understand me. That person I respect. We don't need a person. On a blockchain, when I promise you have to do it, it's unbreakable promises. Once I tell you that, hey, I'm getting you this, I'm getting it for you. I have to get it for you. You get it. So that's the same way with smart contracts. Smart contracts is just code. So when I promise you that I'll buy you a car, and then I buy you the car, and then the code will run. You're like, okay, check, he has done it. You get it? And then I cannot go and pick the smart contract and change it. So I'll say, hey, I didn't say I'll buy you a car. I just said I'll buy you what a toy car or something. So that I don't spend too much money. Yes, people do it sometimes. So smart contracts, they are just promises. They are code. Smart contracts are code or programs that run when established conditions that has been established in the past, when they are met in the present, immediately you do what you wanted, you promise the person you do know, then the smart contract, because it's being a code, it will run, it will execute. So that's what basically smart contracts are. So now back to what Ethereum is. Ethereum, as I already said, is a decentralized blockchain. Hopefully, you remember what a decentralized blockchain is. And what an Ethereum basically does, it executes and verifies smart contracts. You see, the meaning of the verifying smart contract is I tell you I'll buy you a car. But the thing is, me personally, sir, I don't even have a car. And then the money in my bank account cannot even buy a remote car, a remote toy car, you get it? So the function of Ethereum is just to make sure that when I say I'll buy you a car, I have enough money in my bank account to buy you a car. And also it will also make sure that I buy you the car. So if I don't have enough money to buy you the car, it will not even allow me to make the promise that I will buy you a car. You see how sick it is? Yes, that's Ethereum for you. Welcome to blockchain. Yeah, so you see, there are so many principles of blockchain. But before, okay, let me explain what the principles, some of the principles of blockchain. Let me just explain them. Now, there are three principles of blockchain. You have the open ledger blockchain, the open ledger. You have the distribution and synchronization. What is this plenty things I've said? Open ledger, whatever you do on blockchain is public. Everyone can see. Distribution, everything you do, every transaction you make on a blockchain network is distributed, is shared to every node on the blockchain. So if you're on a Bitcoin network, if you send 2 Bitcoins to your friend, if you send 0.5 Bitcoins to your friend, on every node on the Bitcoin network, it has the history that it has this transaction, the transaction details that you did send this to this. It is not on one server. Every node has it. So you can't change it. You see, that is the open ledger. Everyone can see it. And the distribution is every node has it. Every node. And what do we mean by the synchronization? The thing is, because every node has it, all the nodes have to come together and agree that, oh, this is the correct thing. Then they all keep it. So if you a node, I don't know, maybe you come and get some new one, maybe yours is being tempered with someone hacks into the node and then the person changes what the contract says. Uh, there will be a consensus again. And once what that node is bringing to the table is not what everyone has on the table, that node will just be cut off. You get it? Because it has been corrupted. That block will be cut off because that block has been corrupted. And then you that node you be suspected like this man. You get it? So you just kick you off the network because with blockchain you don't have to lie. How can you come and lie to us? You cannot lie, you don't have to lie. Once you lie, you have placed your reputation at stake. And the this synchronize those nodes that actually have the copy of the details of the transactions that has that has been taking place on the network. These these nodes, these nodes some of them are miners, some of them just have a copy. You get it? Now, when I say miners, they verify the transaction. How do they do that? When they verify, they have to look for a special key. And when they that's how they verify it by looking for that special key and then connect it to their the list of the previous transactions that they have verified. You get it? So the first person to arrive at that special key, the special key is just one. The first person to arrive at that special key is rewarded. And then that special key that the person has arrived at, all those who are solving it and they didn't get there first, they'll all come and get that same special key. But the only person rewarded is the person who gets there first. So the person who generates the key first is the only person rewarded. That's how people who say I'm mining or I'm mining Bitcoin, I'm mining Bitcoin. Yes, they are just verifying other people's transactions. And in return, they are being rewarded for actually deriving the or generating the key first. That's why they buy heavy duty they buy like good alien good machines. I mean, they buy very very good machines so that they can be able to like operate very very fast. So that's basically the three principles of blockchain. It is public. Everyone has a copy, and then every node on the network has to reach a consensus that what you have is actually correct. So now you know what a blockchain is. You know the principles of blockchain. You know what smart contracts are. You know what Ethereum is. Now let's talk about Oracle. You see, what we said everything the blockchain it's closed. Nothing from outside comes into the blockchain. Why is this? Because if something is coming from outside into the blockchain, then there's no point in making a blockchain. We should as well just use the internet. You get it? We don't want anything. We want everything that comes into the blockchain. We want to make sure that that thing is true and the copy is everywhere. So you cannot go and change it. And so you see, you can't have one opening for this. So blockchain, they actually brought up something they call the oracle. So the oracle, what is the function of these oracles? These oracles are devices, and then they connect the blockchain to the external systems. Hopefully, you do understand what I'm saying. The external system. So a network, you see, a network is closed. Nothing comes from outside into the network. That is the network we are talking about, the blockchain. So these blockchains are closed. They are closed networks. So nothing comes from outside. So the function of the oracle is to connect the blockchain to the outside world. But we don't want to connect it to one place. You get it? Because if you connect it to one place, then instead of me coming to hack the nodes and changing things on the node, I will just hack that one place that the blockchain is receiving its data from. And then I'll just hack it from there so that it will just pick up the wrong data and I know that I have messed with people up. So blockchain came up with Chainlink. Now Chainlink is a decentralized oracle network that provides real world temper proof data to smart contracts on blockchain. I've talked plenty. Yes, relax. The Chainlink is a network of these oracle. The oracle, which I said are devices that connect the blockchain to the outside world, and then they bring data from the real. They bring data from the real world into the blockchain. At this time, the Chainlink, you see, they have taken the oracle plenty, and then they have made them a network. So when you pick the data from the real world, it will pass through the Chainlink, and then it will be brought to the blockchain. Now the Chainlink, it is not one Chainlink. The thing is plenty, you see. So we are all bringing the same data. We are all bringing the same data. So if you like, they'll catch you and then they'll kick you out. You cannot bring data again. And those who bring the data, they are being paid. Now, here's the interesting thing. There are two types. There are two types of people on the chain link. There are the purchasers and then there are the providers. So what is this purchasers and providers I'm talking about? The purchases. I'm on the blockchain and I'm connected to the chain link. what is the function of the chain link? The function of the chain link is to bring me data from outside the world, so that I can use that data the chain link has brought me. I can use it in my blockchain contract to make. I can add it to my code because I want something. For instance, let's say I want the dollar CD rate. You see, I need it from outside the world, because the blockchain, you don't spend CDs on the blockchain, and then the CD or the dollar is the CD. Right now speaking, our CD is is depreciating. The CD is going down real fast. The value of the CD is sorry, the value of the CD is really, really, really like going down. So every day is changing. You get it. So what is the function of the providers? As I said, the purchasers are those who need the information about the CD. You get it. So maybe the thing is you want to know how many dollars can buy one Bitcoin. So what do you have to do? You have to go to the chain link and then say, hey, I want to know how many dollars can buy one Bitcoin. Then all those who can provide you with this information, who are the providers? You refer to them as the providers. They will come, they'll be like, hey, I can do it for you. So because they are plenty, they'll bid. They'll bid. You get it. And then they also make sure that they don't bid above more than like there's an algorithm which makes sure that they don't bid more than like what they are supposed to do. You get it? So they'll bid like, hey, I can get it, I can get it for you. And in order for them not to misbehave, they'll actually put a token. It's like they'll come and put their money down. Hey, see, I'm bringing 100 cities. I'll bring you the correct information. So everyone is saying I'm bringing 100 cities. We refer to that as token. Yeah, so they basically bid tokens. They bid link tokens. So they'll bring a certain amount of tokens, and when they bring you the information, you see the thing is you cannot lie, because when they bring wrong information, everyone is going to you do not know these people who are also trying to like bring the data so that they'll be rewarded, so that they also get paid. You don't know them. So if you bring wrong information, it's compared to like this, and they see that they are lying. One, they'll kick you out. You cannot come and be a provider anymore, and you're not getting any reward. And then that money you went to put on the line, you lose that money. You get it? Yeah. So you have to be like you have to be able. If you don't be able, away, they'll kick you out. Yes. So basically, that's what the uh, providers do. They just provide data from the outside world, and then the purchasers who are coming from the blockchain will come and buy the data they have purchased, and then the person who will take the data from, the person will be rewarded, or when they bring the right thing, they'll be rewarded, depending on how valid your data is, or the weight of your data. Now, how is this solving the problem of the thing not going to one side? Now, when it comes to one side, you see, it is on those people who are bringing the data. They are all nodes. Nodes. They are oracles. Oracles are the ones bringing the data. So oracles, you now have plenty oracles. All the oracles are bringing data. Everyone is bringing the same data, because we need the same thing. So everyone is bringing the same data. So now they all add the data, and then we just push it to the blockchain. They push it to you. You get it. So if you need it, you just go and pick it. So you cannot, even if you go to one, you can they don't if you go to one place and then you change it, you have only changed one person's data. Immediately they find out that like, this thing has dropped crowd. When they compare it to everyone's, so they're like, nah, this one is different. It will be cut away, because in blockchain democracy rules. So if they see that something is different, they just throw it away. They don't use it again. So that is a chain link. The chain link is just a network of the oracles that come together, and then they bring decentralized oracles. So they don't have one place to bring data from. Everyone brings the data from where they can bring it, and then the data will actually be similar. So even if you have access to one and you change it, you haven't changed anything. Why you improve Juma Amasek Tech? So that is just the chain link. Now the last thing we talk about is decentralized apps. Now, what are decentralized apps? So decentralized apps are applications that run on a blockchain of computers instead of a single computer. They are free from control and interference from a single authority. They promote user privacy. You see, the thing is, everything is at. If you are using Facebook, let's use Facebook for instance. All your details is on the Facebook server. You get it. So if someone needs details about you, all the person has to do is just attack Facebook server. And if the person attacks it successfully and goes through the attack, the person can just get the details he wants about you from Facebook server. But with decentralized apps, it's not the same. The thing is on every node. So if you go and pick it from this place, you cannot tamper with it. You can't even tamper. You can't do anything about it. You can't change it and make it look bad. No, it will not work. So it provides our privacy. It provides our privacy, and there's no authority to, like when they need information about it, they go to this authority and they say that this guy has done this. You need information. The authority will allow them or give them access to the info. No, no, no. You do not have access. Once you do not have access to it, you do not have access to it. If you want my information, I'll sell it to you. That is blockchain. Yes, if you want my information, I'll have to sell it to you. Exactly. So that's what basically blockchain is. Sorry, I mean decentralized apps. Ah, yeah. So what else? Yeah, hopefully I've covered all the things I initially said I'll cover. Yeah, yeah, yes, 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 yes. I think so. I have. Once again, summarizing everything we've learned today, everything on blockchain is decentralized. It is not located at one place. Because once it is located at one place, we have done conjunction for sector again. And we spoke about difference between Bitcoin and blockchain. What is blockchain? Principles of blockchain, which is open ledger, distribution, and synchronized, and what smart contracts are, what Ethereum is, what is Oracle, what Chainlink is, and what are decentralized are. Hopefully, I mean, you do understand all these things. Yes, so yeah, that brings us to the end of today's video. In lesson 2, we will start to touch on the code, and then we'll go into solidity and other things. Sorry, I mean in lesson 3, we'll touch on the code and we'll begin to look at solidity and things. And in lesson 4, we'll start heavy duty code. Yes, so thank you for watching and see you in lesson 3. Hopefully, don't give up and do not give up. Stay motivated and stay blessed. Have a nice day.